Okay, hi friends. Today we are going to see about another congenital critical disease known as VSD. VSD stands for ventricular septal defect. Okay. In the previous class we have seen about ASD. And what is ASD? There will be a shunting of blood from left to right atrium of the heart. Same here, the ventricular septal defect means there will be a interatrial septum here, and the shunting will be between the left to the right ventricle. Okay, so let us from the basic. Okay, let us see in the diagram. Okay, so the shunting will be present here. Okay, here left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. Here we have two input valves, tricuspid valve between right atrium and right ventricle, and mitral or bicuspid valve between the left atrium and the left ventricle. And there are output valves which is present between the left ventricle and aorta will be an aortic valve, and the valve which is present between the right ventricle and the lungs is known as pulmonary valve. Okay, so the shunting will be present between the left and right ventricle, and the blood will be flowing like this. Okay, from left ventricle to the right ventricle, and this shunt depends on the size of the defect. Same what I have seen, what I have saw, and what I have told you in ASD. So size of the defect is must. A small shunt, it brings a small amount of blood, whereas if there is a large opening, more amount of blood will be coming from left ventricle to the right ventricle. Okay, first the shunt is depend on the size, and the next one important thing, that is pulmonary vascular resistance. Normally this pulmonary vascular resistance will be increased in our fetal life. When we are in the fetus, in the mother womb, the pulmonary vascular resistance will be increased because we don't have lungs. The lungs are compressed. The oxygen will be given by the mother through placenta. Okay, and when we comes out, when mother deliver us, so what happens, the pulmonary vascular resistance become decreased because the lungs become enlarged and we can breathe through oxygen, carbon dioxide transport will be occurred. Okay, so this is what the size and pulmonary vascular resistance, it depends, and also it depends on location of the defect. Okay, so this is what ventricular septal defect. Okay, now there are some types of ventricular septal defect. We have to see that. First thing, this is pulmonary vein. Okay, and here we have aorta, and one more pulmonary vein is present here. Okay, so here we have ventricle. Just imagine we have ventricles here. The ventricle is present like this. Okay, just imagine. So there are four types of VSD. Like ASD, there are four types of VSD presented here. The first type will be conal septal VSD. The conal septal VSD, it is a most rare type of VSD and it is present below the pulmonary valves. So this is a pulmonary valve. The conal septal will be present here. Okay. So this is a conal septal VSD. Conal septal VSD. Okay. This was the first type. Next, the second type was perimembranous VSD. Perimembranous VSD, it is present, see the valves would be present here in this region, okay, near the valves, the perimembranous VSD will be present, okay, so near the valves, the perimembranous VSD is present and it will not close by its own spontaneously. So there will be a surgery required in this VSD. Okay, this was the second type. And third type, atrioventricular canal type, or it can be called as inlet. Okay, inlet VSD, and it is present. See here the valve is here. So underneath the valves here. Okay, underneath the valves, the inlet or atrioventricular canal type VSD is presented. And it is associated with atrioventricular defects. Okay, this was the third VSD. And fourth VSD will be muscular VSD. Okay, some muscles will be in the lower section of the ventricles. A muscular portion will be here in the lower section of the ventricle. So the VSD which present here is known as muscular VSD. And this VSD will close spontaneously itself. Okay, and do not require any surgery in this VSD. This was the fourth type. Four types of VSD are conal septal VSD, perimembranous VSD, inlet or atrioventricular canal type VSD, and muscular VSD. This is the types of VSD, and VSD is classified into small VSD based on the position and based on the shape. Okay, based on the shape. So it is classified into small VSD and large VSD. So small VSD, it can be closed spontaneously. Okay. But large VSD, 90% of surgery is required here. So this is about definition and what are the types and classification of VSD. Coming to pathophysiology. Okay, so I want to draw the diagram again. Okay, normally the septum, interventricular septum and the defect will be like this between the ventricles. Okay, so first of all what happens, right and see right ventricle and left ventricle. So the blood from the left atrium, it will reaches the left ventricle, and there is a septum here. So okay, the blood from the left ventricle will reaches the right ventricle, and the blood will not moving forward to the aorta. So what happens here? The left ventricle become enlarged due to the blood flow was more here, and it will reaches the right atrium also, but more amount of blood it will go to the pulmonary pathway to reaches the lungs. The pulmonary congestion what happens, more amount of blood will be introduced here, and in this pathway there will be a endothelial tissue. Okay, so endothelial tissue will be there, endothelial cells, and the endothelial cells will be dysfunction and valvular remodulation take place here. Okay, because more amount of blood were moving and pulmonary vascular resistance will be increased. This was the main point. Pulmonary vascular resistance is increased, but it should be decreased after birth. But here the pulmonary vascular increased. Okay, after increasing through the pulmonary vein, it reaches the left atrium, and again the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood mixes from the right ventricle to the left ventricle. The blood gets applied, and there will be a reversal shunt. Okay, the reversal shunt was known as Eisenmenger syndrome. See, in symptoms it causes cyanosis because oxygenated and deoxygenated blood was mixed. Okay, so more amount of deoxygenated blood get there, and it causes cyanosis, but it is not a cyanotic disease. VSD is a acyanotic congenital disease. Remember that. Okay. Coming to symptoms. So symptoms will be first, during auscultation there will be a pansystolic murmur. Okay, murmur will be there. Okay, pansystolic murmur. Okay, and then fatigue will be there. Fatigue, sweating. Okay, fourth one we have anorexia. And here the next one is rapid breathing will be there. Rapid breathing as well as congestion breathing. Okay. So these are the some symptoms. And coming to diagnosis, in X-ray we can diagnose cardiomegaly. Okay, the heart become enlarged and hypertrophy, dilation will be there. So cardiomegaly in X-ray. Okay, in ECG, see, I just classified here according to the size of the shunt. See, small, moderate and large. Okay, so in small VSD, when we diagnosed in ECG, there will be a normal tracing. Okay, normal tracing will be there. And in moderate VSD, see, D, Q wave and R wave, T wave will be taught. So normal ECG will be like this: P, Q, R, S, T. Okay, so P, Q, R, S, T. This was a normal ECG. Okay, but what happens in moderate? The Q wave become deep. Okay, P, Q. Okay, P, Q. It become deep. Or the tall wave, the T wave become taut, or R wave become tall. P, Q, or become tall, or it can be T wave become tall. Understand? So here in moderate VSD, either the deep Q wave will be present and or either the Q wave will be deep or T wave will be tall and R wave will be tall. Okay, so this is what the ECG modification here. And in large wave, P wave will be peaked and notched. Normal P wave is here. So P wave will be like this. But normally, this is a normal thing, but P wave will be like this. Okay. And we have one more thing in large. Right ventricle dilation will be present. Right ventricle dilation as well as right axis deviation. Right axis deviation. In moderate, we have left ventricular volume overload can be seen. In small wave, small VSD, we have normal tracing. Okay, this is the ECG modification and X-ray. And coming to echo, in echo there will be a right ventricle hypertrophy or enlargement. Okay, right ventricle hypertrophy will be there or enlargement. This is about diagnosis, and cardiac catheterization can also be done. Okay, next. So some associated defect also present here. Some associated defects. The associated defects are, so left heart defect and right heart defect. In left heart defect we have, what we have is aortic stenosis. Aortic stenosis is nothing but the aortic valve here become narrowed. Okay, like this. This is a normal, but it become narrowed and the blood won't flow in a sufficient amount to the aorta and all the parts of the body. Okay, this leads to aortic stenosis, left heart disease, and it also leads to coarctation of aorta. Coarctation of aorta means there will be a narrowing of aorta proximally or distally. Okay, so this is aorta. Here the aortic valve will be like this. But normal is what we have seen here. But coarctation of aorta means there will be a narrowing of aortic valve due to some fatty substances or calcification, cholesterol, and some of these things. Right heart disease. The first one is tetralogy of Fallot. So these are the congestive heart disease. I will be taking one by one. Okay. So first is tetralogy of Fallot. So 4 abnormalities will be present in the heart. Okay. I will be taking in the next class, and it also associated with double outlet right ventricle. So normally what happens? Left ventricle will give rise to aorta and right ventricle give rise to pulmonary valves. That's right. So what happens in double outlet right ventricle is right ventricle give rise to pulmonary valve as well as aorta. So both the valves will be connected to the right ventricle. So this is known as double outlet right ventricle, and it's also an congenital heart defect. Okay. So these are the associated defect. Coming to management. So management, in this case we have to do medical management as well as surgical management. So medical management can be digoxin can be given, diuretics can be given, ACE inhibitors like captopril, enalapril, these are the drugs. Furosemide and bisoprolol. In cardiac section, there is a surgical management in this case. Surgical management are so VSD has surgical management. Open heart surgery can be done. Open heart surgery or catheter surgery. Using catheter we can do this. Okay, so this is about VSD. I will tell about the VSD. Interventricular septum will be there. So the blood flow will be flowing from left ventricle to the right ventricle. This is okay, and I will see you on the next video with another congenital heart disease. Until then, it's been Andu, and take care, be safe, and bye.